Hi everybody, this is another flying rookie video, and this is another video of my Hoverthings HT-FPV quadcopter. Okay, if you guys remember on my previous video, it was the maiden flight and it also was the maiden FPV flight. And the problem that I had back then is that I had the wrong ESCs working with the DJI NAZA flight controller that I got over here. So that problem was solved. I got now 4 DJI OPTO ESCs, as you can see over here, and they are the 30 amp version. So these ESCs, they are designed to work with this flight controller, so it shouldn't be no problem. It should fly stable, because the problem that I had before is like the aircraft look like if the gains that were set up wrong or something. It was like, kind of oscillating, but that wasn't a problem. The problem is the ESCs that I had, the ESC RC Proton, that weren't fast enough to compensate for the input signals that it was getting from the DJI NAZA. Okay, another upgrade that I did over here was I put the OSD. This is the Cyclops version 1.5 OSD, and it's mounted right here. And I tested already outside. I haven't done a flight test yet, but it looks cool to see all the data you get, on the screen. And the only thing that I didn't connect was the current sensor, but I got no problems with that because my radio got telemetry, and I got my radio set up with a lipo alarm, so when the battery goes down to 3.4 volts per cell, the battery alarm starts beeping on my radio. So this is not that critical. The only thing that I did different over here also was that I put some shrink tubing. This is the one that you would use to when you build, those old-fashioned nickel metal hydride batteries that I used to build for my RC cars. So I had some of this thing left, so I decided to put it over here to protect the circuit board and everything, and it's not affecting the performance of the board. And the final upgrade that I did, and this is something I haven't seen anybody doing in any of the HT-FPVs, is that I put this little rounded foamy landing gear pads for this quadcopter. These ones are made by Next Level, and they are sold on rcdude.com, and these ones are the ones that people will use on their the Next Level quadcopters. And I decided to buy over here because if you land this over the grass, well, it doesn't matter. But when you land over, you fly over concrete, like the place where I am right here, right now, or if you fly over, asphalt, I don't feel comfortable, or the arms, touching down directly into the floor. And even if they give you these little grommets, it still doesn't guarantee that the aircraft's gonna completely rest on that. So to protect the finish of the plates, I decided to put this, and it works wonderful. And because they are foamy, if you have a little bit of a rough landing, at least it's gonna protect the arms even better. So that's why I decided to do this. Okay, so this is gonna be just a line of sight flight just to see how these ESCs work. I'm not gonna do any FPV, but all the FPV gear is mounted here. I got my video transmitter, my older GoPro is here, and I got the battery that powers the video transmitter, and of course the OSD. I just want to see, how this thing's gonna perform with all the stuff mounted in here. So let me just plug in the battery. And as you can see, my truck is all wet, and I'm flying indoors because it's raining. Mother Nature is being a pain in the ass. So I have to fly in this garage over here in the docking area. So, the ceiling is really high. It's really nice, the noises, the beepings that this thing does. It's so different from the average flight ESCs that you see on the market. We just put on the floor. This yellow light means that it's in altitude mode right now. Okay. So I just want to see for how long this thing is going to fly. Okay, let me arm it. flying super stable. Since I got an altitude hold, it's pretty much staying there. Now I got a little bit of an issue with orientation, and I mean orientation is not a problem when you fly, you know, on, you know, FPV, but I didn't put the markings I normally put on this aircraft, so you know, I have to be careful. I want to make sure that that flashing light is always looking at me. I've just been flying so far for 1 minute. I love the altitude hold. That works beautiful. You know, that's the nice thing when people buy, you know, high quality flight controllers, because you get for what you pay. I mean, there are flight controllers out there that are extremely expensive and they don't really deliver. I've really tried different flight controllers on the market, and I know also I got a lot of friends that they also, you know, they deal with different flight controllers on the market too. I got the input from them on my YouTube channel, but nothing can compare with the NAZA. NAZA is the best. I think it's the best non-GPS flight controller on the market. I know a lot of people out there that like to use the, you know, I'm gonna call it the Box Bunny flight controller, or they like to use the Clan, I would call it the Clan. You just got a missing K, the Clan flight controller, and they're really cheap and everything. But the Box Bunny flight controller is getting too many issues with copyrights and stuff like that. You know, people they claim that they stole some software or something from the multi-wii, and the KK, I don't know, I had that before and I didn't really like it. I got rid of it right away. You know, and they're super dirt cheap, but you know what, then again, I'm not a millionaire or anything. As a matter of fact, I don't make that much money. But you know what, when it comes to my aircraft, I spare no expenses. You know, and you know, you got a nice spring like these Hoverthings. You're not just gonna drop some Box Bunny flight controller in here or no Clan flight controller in here. You're gonna drop something that's working. You know, and the best part right now is even this is a non-GPS flight controller. DJI, they came out with a GPS antenna upgrade for the NAZA, so it's gonna make the NAZA even better than what it already is. And that's great news, you know, for this aircraft. So that's why I'm gonna buy it. I gotta be careful with the traffic over here, and the other things I never like to fly indoors. Now the antenna that I just mentioned is gonna cost like $170. I bought it already. I mean, it's on pre-order, so I purchased. I paid for it already, so I just gotta wait until the beginning of June. It should be available, you know. So really looking forward to try that. I mean, some people that buy the Wacom, that it's one of the what we call one of those God, you know, flight controllers, because that thing does so much. You know, they can do with that. But the thing I don't like is it's $1,100. That's way too much money, you know, for a flight controller. You know, this one is $230. And I know some people that are used to, you know, play with this, you know, Box Bunny flight controllers or the Clan flight controllers, or maybe, you know, some other ones like the Quadrino, you know. They're really loyal to those products, but it's like there's nothing out there that's better than the NAZA. And now when they get the GPS, it's going to make it great flight controller is going to make it better. And to be honest with you guys, $230 for the flight controller, you're not really breaking the bank. Now, you pay over $1,100, you know, that's a different story. Now you're going crazy, you know, like the Wukong, that's too much money. You know, that's professional grade. I mean, if I buy a flight controller like that, like the Wukong, I would gotta have you know, an aircraft, you know, a frame that is worth it for the price that you're paying for that. It's amazing. I'm gonna do something normally I don't do with any of my aircraft. It's pushing. I saw a lot of people, they do that. I'm not even touching the... Look, I'm not touching the remote. It's drifting a little bit, but it stays there, pretty much. Maybe I have to trim it a little bit. Other than that, this thing flies beautiful. I love the way this motor sounds. Motors I got over here, the 2215 at CRC, rocket motors, and they are 920 kVs. And I fly this thing on 4-cell lipo right now. This thing only flying 4-cell. I don't use 3 cells on this frame. 3 cells I use on my smaller quadcopters or my Y6, but this one with all the equipment that I got, the GoPro and everything else, I gotta have 4 cells in here. And the batteries are NANOTECH from Turnigy NANOTECH from Hoverthings, and it's 3.3, so it's a 3300. It's really nice. Like I said, I'm really, really happy with this flight controller. You know what? I even tried to make it go up, and he just stay in the same altitude. He just drift if I push it. That's awesome. I just reached 8 minutes of flying time. What I'm doing is hovering right now. I don't want to just fly it because, you know, with this thing, I mean, I'm indoors, you know, I don't want to go high, I don't want to go crazy. I just testing the flying time and the stability of the aircraft with the new flight controller. Plus, I'm not that of a great pilot. I mean, I'm a better pilot on FPV than on line of sight, so, you know, I'm really dying to fly this aircraft outside as soon as the weather gets better. And, you know, in FPV flight, and I don't want to just crash or do anything stupid. I mean, I got a friend of mine that he got a really, really expensive carbon core hexacopter with a Wukong, and he decided to, you know, do like a high-speed climbing indoors, and he hit the ceiling with the damn thing. And that thing is way more powerful than what I got. That thing flies on 4 cells just like mine. That was a great investment what I did with these ESCs. And they cost me $20 each. Most people, they sell these ESCs for $30, $33, $34. But this guy is selling it for $20 each. It's Go Natural Hobbies. You can check it out on eBay. Now going over 10 minutes of flying time. All right, went over 10 minutes of flying time. It's really nice. This is something I wouldn't dare to do with any of my older aircraft. Wouldn't dare to do that with my Gaui. Or my white quadcopter, the Hitec. Wouldn't do it with anything else. Well, that's what you get to when you buy a quality flight controller. You know, when you buy a high quality flight controller, you can trust more in your aircraft. And as long as the aircraft is built correctly, there's no problem with that. Okay, the lipo alarm is just kicking in, so it's time to land. We just landed this thing. Wow, that thing lands so freaking beautiful. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, throttle is locked. Let me just go and unplug it. Okay, and let me see what's the flying time that I got with this. I got 11-minute flying time I got with this. Let me turn the radio off. Got 11 minutes. Over 11 minutes I got with 3.3 NANOTECH lipo, 4 cells from Turnigy from Hoverthings, and with the layout that I got right now, so it's perfect. Right now this aircraft, like I say, is flying heavy. The way, because I got all the, like I said, I got all the FPV equipment mounted in here, and it just gave me the perfect flying time. You know, I couldn't ask for anything more for this. It's, in my opinion, it's perfect right now. So, and the funny thing is, this aircraft is not really light. It's actually heavy. It's weighing. I mean, it's heavier than all my other aircraft. This thing weighs, with everything I got over here, it weighs over 1,600 grams. It weighs close to 1,650 grams. So it's kind of the heavy side, but still the motors, they got plenty of power, and the aircraft is flying beautiful with this. And if I can get 11 minutes, that's perfect. So that means I can fly for 10 minutes, and once my lipo alarm hit 10 minutes, I got 1 extra minute to bring the aircraft back. You know, as long as I fly within an area that's not larger than at least two football fields, you know, that would be perfect. If I send the aircraft in an area that's going to be flying, you know, like further than that, then I will have to bring it back as soon as I get, you know, like 9 minutes of flying time. So at least I can have 2 minutes to spare to fly the aircraft back to me. As long as it's a normal day, there's no greasy or anything like that, that's going to make the aircraft work harder and drain the battery faster. Okay, so this is it for this video. So the next video is going to be another FPV flight to test the OSD, and we'll see you guys then. Okay, so please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.